Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Yeah, I forgot the most important part. I really did. I also forgot to pull up music, so I gotta go do that now. Yeah, you got here just on time. I haven't actually started reading, and the story hasn't begun. We need to fill up on some blood first. But one of the abilities that you can use that, depending on, I've watched my fucking YouTube videos. I have my armrests so high up because I want them level with my desk. This is gonna be, sorry, like completely getting on tangent here. I have them level with my desk so that when I put my arms out, I'm not like playing with my mouse like this. So instead my arms like that, but they're so high up that I realized it kind of pushes my shoulders up, and I'm in all of my YouTube videos I'm kind of sitting there reading like this. So I don't know, maybe I should just like... We gotta get going with this though, otherwise we're not finishing the story today. Is Leto okay? We actually don't know, we haven't seen Leto yet. So I'm not sure where he is. Where to tonight? We just escaped. We returned back to our estate and parked our Supra. But we need blood, and we need it bad. Without Alexander, how can I feed in Tucson? Let's start there. Let's not even look at our experience points until we are no longer big hungry. While Alexander made it easy... let's start that over again. While Alexander made it safely to the hospital, since he's disappeared and the Viper is shut down and watched by the Second Inquisition. Oh, he has since disappeared, and the Viper is shut down and watched by the Second Inquisition. That makes blood more difficult to come by, but you were able to find blood your first night in Tucson this year, and you can do it again. That's the audio box. Yeah, I have one of the Scarlets. I can't remember exactly what brand it is. Why am I looking at our inventory? What are we doing? I'll seduce my prey and feed on them during the good voice time. I mean, you know, fuck it. I just got an achievement. The Siren. Feed during sexy times. 3 times in the whole game. Damn. Interesting. The good stuff. I wonder where that came from. Over the next few nights, as you make your final preparations, you also hit bars, nightclubs, and private parties. You spend nights tangled up in sheets or in seedy club bathrooms, taking what you need. Well, that was easy. No long description there, that's too bad. We will get our Leto man-on-man action, though, before this game is over. I hope. If this game has a Julian sex scene, but no Leto scene, I'm going to be a little upset. Where is our experience points? There it is, 33. That's quite a lot. We can max out some stats with that. That's good. What are we gonna need? I wonder if it's worth trying to boost up Dex a little bit, or. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Auspex and... No, Celerity. What the fuck is Auspex? Enhances your senses. Oh, okay. So, hypersenses. No, we want Celerity. Supernatural speed, if we're going to be boosting our dexterity. Hello, Carrie. We could also max out athletics. Do we need that? Or do we not have athletics maxed out? Yeah, we could max out athletics. That'll be easy. And then we can boost up dexterity a little bit. I kind of want to try to min-max this because it's the end of the game. We'll see what we can do. Let's go to Paragon Fitness. As you wait for a light to turn green, you spot Riga, Prince Leto's eagle familius perched on a streetlight. Her golden eyes are fixed on you. Curious, you take a right towards her instead of going straight, and she flaps away to another streetlight. She wants you to follow her. Oh, fuck. Well, Leto comes first. I guess we don't get a level up first. That sucks a little bit. Yeah. You start to follow, but from the grim expression on the eagle's face, you know that wherever she's taking you, you might not be coming back from. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Riga. Please. Okay, this is leading into the final chapter. Not yet. Paragon Fitness. Dexterity. No. Dexterity. All right. 24 experience points. What else? Athletics. Let's boost that up. Let's go to our estate. Let us level up celerity. Celerity. Simply put, it makes you fast. The lower levels offer you speed that almost seems possible for a world-class runner, fencer, or athlete. Beyond that, your speed is flagrantly supernatural. You can only hope to not breach the Masquerade. Oh, your only hope to not breach the Masquerade is to move so fast people literally do not see you. Well, it's cheap. Let's level that up once, twice, and 3 times to max that out. That's good. That'll be good with our dagger. 9 experience points. Is that enough to put 1 more into dexterity? God, the fucking end of the game is drawing ever closer. This is not good. You start to drive, but only after a few blocks you feel your heart start up. Your pulse hammers in your temples. You pull over to the side of the road as Tucson flows like water around you, and the 2100 vitae pounds in your veins. You see yourself and Julian from above. You're in the tomb again. No. Isla is in the tomb, and the vision fades. The echoes of Isla that have haunted you since your return to Tucson fade with them. She gone. You pull back into traffic. Okay, Paragon Fitness. Fuck off! Ah! Alright, 3 decks is all we get. 9 experience points. I don't know how much it costs to level up. Maybe Potence? Maybe Potence is super strength. But that would go with our strength. What else do we have that would work? Dominate is more like Intimidate. Stamina? No, our hit points are shit. Stamina is also your hit points. Our composure is maxed out. I saw this and thought of the necklace conversation last stream. Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. You can't post links in the Twitch chat. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's an option I could enable, but when I had it enabled, I got a lot of bots jumping in and just throwing, like, malware links in the comments. It's kind of nasty. It's not like an option that I can turn on and off for some people. Otherwise, I definitely would allow it for, I don't know, for whoever I choose. Get bot spammed, yeah. Keep everyone safe, exactly. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little safer. But you could probably, like, plop it in a comment somewhere. Or just send it to me in, I don't know, any kind of message anywhere. Yeah. On my Twitter. Yeah, that works too. I don't really know what to do with our 9 experience points. We could put them into, like, animalism. But I don't know if that's going to help us. Or aspects, right? Awareness? Right? Why not? Okay, let's do aspects. Secrets of the blood. We don't have aspects. Dominate, fortitude, obfuscate. That's fascinating that we even have that. No, obfuscate. That's being hidden. That might work with dexterity. We don't have any sneaky stats, right? No. Fuck off. Animalism, dominate. I think animalism might be the only thing that we could feasibly use in combination with one of our other stats. Yeah, dex over strength. Well, we don't even... You did that in your server. If people clip stuff, there's a channel called Clip It and Ship It. I like that. One for generaling so it doesn't get bombarded. Yeah, yeah. Where's the rat? He's asleep. I'm personally, well, I don't know. I guess dex and strength are both good. Hello, Salem. Welcome. Don't mention rat. I guess we'll just do animalism. I don't think anything else will be useful. Or it will definitely be useful, but I don't think we can use anything else in combination with stats that we have. And we don't have any stats that could, like, be partially leveled up. Yeah, so let's do animalism. Fascinating. I didn't realize there was a... What is this? I don't think I got this before. Looks at rat. Meditating in your state is only the first step to unlocking these powers. When you open your eyes after your third harrowing confrontation with your own beast, your haven crawls with the creatures of the night. Serpents and rats and spiders, stray cats and dogs of vicious aspect. When you look outside, crows and bats circle overhead. None of these will do. So you walk. You walk until you're out of the city in a black landscape stained silver by the moon. And there your Familius waits. The wolf is dying. Are you telling me we could have had an animal companion this entire fucking game if I just leveled up animalism once? Oh my god, I feel like we missed out on so much. Holy shit. I never leveled this up the first time I played this game. This is insane. Oh my, I wonder how much content we lost. No! Oh dear, this is I mean, this is awesome that I found it, but that's terrible that I found it so late. The proud animal lies on its side. A wolf in Arizona is like a zoo escapee or something. That's not supposed to be down there. Its throat torn, one paw broken. Its muzzle is full of its enemy's blood. It watches you, panting, unable to rise. You kneel and open your wrist, and your vitae flows into its mouth. It howls and scratches at the dirt as your blood heals its mortal wounds. Arise, you say. I kind of like Varg or Shadow. Magda. Magda? Magday? It's a very common name for old women in Norway. Please choose Magda. If that is a very common name for old women, that's very funny. Guess I'll have to give you this leash to my god. You can choose something else and make Something. Yeah, we could enter our own name. What, do I name the pet after one of you? Oh, bye-bye, Spoonie. Fucking rude! Magda is the lady in your neighborhood who smokes 30 a day and spies on her neighbors through her curtains. That's awesome. It's like the Norwegian babushka. Yes? You love Magda? I might have to go with Magda. Seems like that's groovy times. Oh, God. No, thank you. I did offer my leash. Magda shudders and rises on trembling legs, then follows you back to your haven. You spend the pre-dawn hours grooming the exhausted Lobo and listening to strange alien thoughts. Lobo is a coyote, not a wolf. Pretty sure. Oh, Timberwolf. Never mind. I didn't realize that wolves ever got as far south as the Southwest United States. She rises through the ashes of moonlight. Has the same face as the Tibetan fox, yeah. We bonded. Perpetual disappointment. Magda is a wolf. I like that. A male, female, a wolf. It's a fucking dog. I don't think this matters so much. It's the end of the game. Oh. We're gonna have like one chapter with our animal companion and then the game's over. This is really tragic. Maybe it should just be a wolf. I don't want to get too attached to this thing. Could have named this dingus Moon. Fair enough. Your Lobo is an impressive specimen once you wash the filth and grime away. They heal, even as you watch, your vitae flowing through their veins and granting them strength and long life. 5 minutes before dawn, your Lobo howls, their cries echoing across Tucson. Well, let's get that shit up to the next level. And that's about all we can do. Nothing else is worth it, so it is time to go after Rigga. Chapter 11. The Road. December 20th. Sunrise is at 7:16 a.m. In wide mode on my way to Rigga. I think that's how it was spelled. You return to your estate and park the Supra. You know you need to be ready. You rise early and make sure your sword is oiled and your equipment is ready. I love that we got the best fucking sword in the game. A handmade, authentic Japanese wakizashi. Good shit. It was a loud fucking car outside. You check the security on your spiraling estate, then climb into the unrenovated bell tower and look out towards Tucson. No one is watching you. It's like the city is waiting for you to move. Your car's tank is full. Magda hops in, and you head for your final hunt. God damn it, we've spent the whole fucking game without an animal companion when we could have had one from Chapter 1. Oh. Give me in mouth, please. I'm so upset. I feel like I just lost, like, so much content from this game. Let's run it back. No, this would take way too long. As you drive, you consider your future. The Camarilla is the safest bet. Of course it is. What are my chances of successfully joining the Ivory Tower? It's a good excuse to play it again. I know, it's sad that I could have had Magda from the start. Okay. 1 year later. The Camarilla can be insular and suspicious, but you've earned their respect and Leto cares about you. Your prospects right now are great if you don't blow it tonight. You only have... There I am again, doing my little, like, shoulders up, head down. You only have 2 remaining questions. First, knowing that the SI plans to end kindred presence in Tucson soon. Stop. I like the just... Stop. Again. Oh, dear. No. Keep going. Master, you only have 2 remaining questions. First, knowing that the SI plans to end kindred presence in Tucson. Igor, I do not approve. How determined are you to seek blood? I don't think we need any. Oh, come on. Why'd you just kick our fucking hunger up for no reason? Are you willing to let a hunt slip through your fingers to avoid drawing notice? And second, every feeding always leaves you a little hungry unless you kill. Whatever Riga is leading you to, it's going to be bad. Will you drain someone just to get that extra edge? Your hunger increased because you did the voice. It's no fun if you're always being sexy. I agree. You gotta get the jacks in there somehow. Here. This is my final chance to feed. I strike aggressively, confident I can outpace any hunters to my final destination. Why not? Let's do it. Only this one time. Just suck some fucker dry. Milk it right out. I mean, till he's dead. And the other question. I'm not getting destroyed tonight. I'll drain someone dry if I can. So much is going to happen that I won't even need to worry about corpse disposal. Whoa. This guy said what? Break out the Scooby voice at some time. Oh dear. Arrive. Oh dear. Are we going to kill somebody? Are we really going to? I do want to get at least down to 1 hunger, but having all 5 available could be useful. Do it, yeah? Don't let dreams be dreams. It's the end of the game, right? It doesn't matter anymore. Fuck it, right? Fuck it. Why not? All 5. Soul Sucker is an affection nickname? Oh dear. Skyrim Jock, your mate Scooby-Doo. Sucky. Alright. It's going to get ugly over the next few nights. You accept what you have to do. The only trick will be getting a chance to do it with all these hunters. All over town. I thought I misread that, but it did say all twice in a row. Once you're sure you're not being tailed, you hit the bars, buying drinks you don't touch. A well-dressed guy in a business casual approaches you. Couldn't be me. Business casual. It looks like he just got off a long shift at an unglamorous job. You see the marks of a headset on his forehead. Good looking, not too big or strong, and a little tired. He'll do. Can I buy you a drink? He asks. You click your full glass with your fingernail. Want to get out of here? He asks. His place is a crummy walk-up under a trash-strewn alley, but the studio apartment he keeps is nice, and it comes alive when he pulls you into his arms. Oh, it feels so So bad killing people in this game, because they are all human beings with character and background. Of course, it doesn't matter. Oh, his touch is full of need. He hasn't had it in far too long, you realize. Of course, it doesn't matter. Since you're only here to feed. You drain him dry. Then enjoy a long shower in his bathroom as his body cools. You noticed a dumpster right under his second floor walk-up. You wait until you don't hear anyone in the alley below, open the dumpster, and toss him in from above. Bullseye. You get out of there. Yeah, it's dark. I know. Now I feel guilty. Yeah. Probably put our humanity in the shitter too, huh? Our humanity's still at 4 somehow after that. This is a mechanic that I haven't really talked about much because I've been consciously trying to keep it high. But your humanity is how close to being a human you are, I guess. It's your morals and everything. Humans do kill too, yeah. But if a vampire loses too much of their grasp of morality and humanity, the beast inside kind of gets stronger and eventually takes over, and then we become some wandering monster. Some monster. Jesus. Anyways. Wanstering. I know. What a word. Wow, thanks for that one, Jasper. The beast inside, you say. You possess them and use oils on them. Drink some coffee. Yeah. Rigger circles overhead as you drive to Covenant Pawn Shop. Elena is in the parking lot when you got your Nissan Frontier, making sure her Datsun is spotless. Your bird is starting to piss me off, she says, her anger masking her fear. She knows something is coming. Let's get ready. I want you to follow me as I follow Rigga. I'll signal you if there's any trouble. You've been a retainer and a friend through all of this, Elena. Now we have one last job in this town. I want her blood. I drain her dry. Oh my god! What kind of a fucked up ending would that be? You kill Elena and raid the pawn shop? Holy shit. No, she's been a good friend. I think in my last playthrough I let my retainer stay. This one I'm not sure what to do. Oh, aside from trying to fix my hair, because just looking at it is pissing me off. Ugh. Sus AF. Definitely. Served well. Yeah. Oh, what is that? What the fuck is that? Which side is that on? Thanks, hair. That's fucking... Ugh. My god, what is going on with this thing today? Killing Elena would be a very Master Skywalker. What are we going to do? My brother in Strahd put it in a ponytail. I should. Your hair is way too long. Yeah. My hair has just been getting longer and longer. Maybe I'll just fuck it with the headphones for today. Having a Dan L'Oreal moment. It's super hot out. Yeah. My room is the ambience music. Just the big slow burr of my computer fans. Let's bring Elena with us. I think the last time I played this game, I told my retainer to stay behind, just because I was so worried. I didn't want to get them killed. But it's the end of the game. Yeah. Pack it up, Brad Pitt. Now we have one last job in this town. Let's go. Summer feels the PC fans. My desktop is so fucking loud, I have to turn it off when I record. Like, in my little booth all the way over there. Otherwise, the fans somehow still get picked up in the audio. It's wild. I look like a cross between Lestat and Louis. Louis. Always whining Louis. I'm so glad I finally watched that movie. She smiles with unexpected warmth and says, "You're okay, Ransom." Then she snaps railway glasses over her face and says, "I'll be right behind you." Your mic's... No. Oh, rip. I'm sorry. I was so afraid that my mic would get damaged when I moved. I, like, tested it 20 times or something when I set it up. That sucks that yours did. Probably picks up a pulse. No, but it does pick up every fucking mouth noise that I make, which is really annoying. You had never seen... No. I had never seen Interview with a Vampire until, a few months ago? I watched it sometime this year. I can't remember exactly when. But I like your mouth. Oh, I know, but all the little, like... ah, and then little, like, hisses. Thank you. Tom Cruise as Lestat, just getting constantly pissed off. Emo Brad Pitt's iconic. Yeah. No, it is. It was a very good movie. That's why I giggle all the time, yeah. The Datsun's engine roars to life as you head for your Supra and scan for Riga. Elena's orange car hangs back, following you as you follow the Eagle. The Eagle drifts over high-rises and low residential housing, moving generally east. You're way up in Limberlost city, town, near the mall and the Walmart when Riga settles on the roof of a Safeway. You reverse into the parking lot in case you need to get out fast, and scan the cars at the pumps. It looks quiet. Then you hear a faint ringing. Elena is waiting on her Datsun across the street outside the mall entrance. The phone continues to ring. Riga is still watching you. You answer the phone. You're finally here. Thank you, Ransom. Listen, you're in terrible danger. It's Prince Leto. The SI wants the 2100 vial, and they're going to destroy you to get it. Where is it? Maybe Prince Leto can help me if I tell the truth. It's fucking Daddy Leto. We tell him the truth every time, no matter what. All right? Focused and about to kill. It's in my bloodstream, Leto. What? The vial cracked when your retainer gave it to me, and the vitae flowed into my bloodstream. I can't get it out. Prince Leto carries on a brief, muffled conversation with someone else, maybe Dove, then says, I can help you, but you have to hurry before it spreads to your nervous system. Follow Riga, and don't worry if you're tailed. We're going to deal with the SI, and when we get that vitae out of your veins. Good luck, Ransom. He hangs up. You glance back towards your car and up at Riga. The eagle takes off, momentarily frozen against the stars before she turns south. Leto? Papa, help, please. Are we sure this is Leto? Did not quite get his voice right? I always... You know how, like, for some... I don't know, maybe you don't. But for me, at least, I just, like, fucking shampooed and conditioned my hair, and it is going wild today. Look at this shit. Anyways, but some characters you have to have, like, a... baseline sentence? I don't know what that's called. But mine is the fucking last game when I played this. I named my character Pyre. And so for some reason, just the word Pyre... If I get in Leto's voice, I can usually get it right from there. Oh, someone else intimidating here. Imitating, not intimidating. Take another shower. Pyre. That's usually what I do. Yeah, we follow. Ooh, actually, let's do this. Those stats are maxed out, right? Subterfuge. Manipulation? Yes, maxed out. I'm a good enough liar to waste the Inquisition's time. I call Agent Donati and give her bad intel. So the hunters are less likely to follow me. Let's do that. How do I dry my hair? I don't. Yeah, I give it like a little like shake down with a towel, but then I just let it like stay wet until it dries. It's still a little damp now because there's so much fucking humidity in the air. Oh, I will pick Leto this time, yeah. You fish Agent Donati's card out of your frock coat and call her cell. She picks up after the third ring. Donati. It's me. There's a long pause. Is she trying to get someone to initiate a trace, or is she just surprised? I know where Prince Leto is, you say, and I'm willing to cut a deal. You spend a minute haggling, as if you really intend to squeeze money out of the FBI, all while contemplating the best, most time-wasting lie you could tell. So we're agreed. Agent Donati finally says, $30,000 plus all the passports. Agreed, you say. You've been on the phone too long. It's time you say your piece and get back to the road. Leto is at the Snapdragon in one of the back rooms. Another club that's also full of kindred, but not connected directly to Leto. It's a convincing lie, and if the SI goes there, they'll end up in a protracted fight with the local vampires, hopefully not Camarilla. The cotton shirt also gets out water, but not the natural oils. Bath towels are rough for your hair. Are they? Should I just not? Try a clean cotton shirt and dry if a little. Interesting. I did not know that. Remain where you are, Agent Donati says. Like hell. You roll out of the, you drop the receiver on its cradle and get back into your Supra and follow Riga. You roll out of the parking lot, still scanning for pursuit. The only person you can see following you is Elena, and she hangs way back. Fuck off, pig. I just wring my hair dry, then put in hair care in. I don't have any kind of hair care stuff. Brush it only when wet. I've heard, like, only brush it when it's dry, because when it's wet it might get, like, pulled on more. Riga circles lazily a few times, then heads south down North Oracle Road, a wide divided highway choked with cars even at this hour. I sure like getting pulled on when I'm wet. Oh dear D. That's a good one. Like the harpsichord. I can't hear the music background anymore. You know where Riga is taking you. Your heart starts to beat again as you drive. A frantic staccato rhythm. When the moon rises over the low buildings to your east, it seems so bright it washes out the headlights of oncoming cars. You wince, expecting it to hurt your eyes, but it doesn't. You feel the desert under your wheels, or some other desert. Isla is growing stronger, and you know why. Riga is taking you to her tomb. Leto knows what you did. Wrapped in dark thoughts, you turn off the main street, past a little computer repair store marked with a carambit, until you reach the intersection of North Acuna and West Calle Granillo. Granillo, it's probably Granillo. Riga settles on a nearby warehouse. You can feel the weight of your own memories as you step out of your Supra and scan the dark street for signs of a coming attack. Elena pulls onto West Calle Granillo from the other direction and parks in a vacant lot. You can feel a cold trickle of fear. You can perish tonight, you know. You haven't felt that kind of dreadful clarity. I got this button. Oops, whack. That was probably loud as fuck, but this button keeps scratching my little keyboard rest. Ugh. You haven't felt that kind of dreadful clarity in a long time. Not since the last time you were here, actually. The computer shop is locked up, but there are some old cars in a lot behind it. You know cars, but it takes a second to recognize the Hispano Suiza Carmen and the FSO Sirena. The former is a sleek electric throwback in gleaming silver, like something out of a forgotten future. The latter is a tiny black economy car from Poland with about as much horsepower as a riding mower. It's easy to recognize the Mercedes Sprinter, transport for Prince Leto's people, and a row of car for Julian's, Nissan Leaf, NV200 van, Honda Insight, and a black and gold Camaro. The vans and cars are empty, but there's a light on in the nearby warehouse. You know what was in that warehouse 10 years ago. I need Gigi to come here and take care of that button, yeah. Yeah, hurdy-gurdies. And usually you have to, like, partially assemble them yourself. But yeah, they require quite a lot of maintenance. I know, for a vampire game, somebody really likes cars. Yeah, with the writing, they do. I think they're trying to, like, really capture the vibe of, He has Mog for button duty now, that's true. I think they're really trying to capture the vibe of what a courier would do. So, the courier, what do they care about? Transport, okay, cars. They care about making sure they're there on time, so there's a lot of watches. That's like the two big things that it gets really specific on, is cars and watches in this game. So I don't know, maybe that's just, they're just trying to capture the feel specifically. The next one doesn't get into as, like, strange specifics. I think it's just better written in general. I think you guys will enjoy it. Not appeared on stream once. On his own free will. Yeah, he is passed the fuck out. I gesture for Elena to stay back. I don't want her walking into trouble just yet. I check how quickly I can draw my wakizashi. I'm sort of looking forward to a fight, honestly. Maybe. I scan the alleys again, looking for an ambush. I'm really, really interested in not getting dusted here tonight. I feel around for anything left of Isla in my bloodstream. Maybe it's regret, or maybe it's looking for more backup before I head inside. That's an interesting one. We could do that. His aunt wants to see him wreak havoc. Let's do this one. Let's look around in our bloodstream for Isla. Your answer is only silence. Said that wrong, but same message. And the strange weight of the alien vitae somewhere in the lower valves of your unbeating heart. Ransom, Prince Leto calls from inside the warehouse. Why don't you come inside and tell me what you did here 10 years ago? The inside has changed. The warehouse shows signs of recent mundane activity, though it's empty once again. Julian sits at the main table. He's wearing a semi-transparent plastic raincoat with a neon trim over a t-shirt that says Casa Grande, Arizona, designed like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. His expression hardens when you appear. You suspect that anything you do except give in to his demands here will trigger an attack. Probably not in front of Prince Leto, but eventually. That's a sentence that I didn't get last time I played this. Behind Julian, several retainers and servitors, including Nadia, another retainer you don't know who looks like legal counsel, as well as the helmeted driver outside of helmeted driver of the IROC Z outside. You listen in on Julian's retainers, but they only call him Z. That shirt sounds rad. Yeah, it kind of does. Leto stands with his back to Julian, an expression of calculated arrogance, staring east at a blank wall. He glances your way when you enter. It's dangerous to try to read the expressions of an elder, but he seems to care about you. The Prince of Tucson doesn't look like he's dressed to fight. He's in a white linen suit, a Panama hat held in one hand. You recognize a few of Leto's ghouls, so this is probably just how he looks in that main picture we have of him. From the Viper, but no other kindred, no dove or the child of the old prince. There are folding chairs for you, Leto, and Julian. I sit and wait for someone to talk. Maybe you can settle this without anyone getting hurt. That would kind of be nice. I linger in the doorway looking for signs of hunches. I don't want the SI bombing this place the second I'm in. Let's do that, right? Try not to kill anybody? Why not? Is there anything left of the tomb and what I did here? Now let's try not to kill anyone yet. You settle into the metal folding chair. Leto crosses the room and settles into one of the cheap metal chairs. It's time to settle this, the prince says. Julian looks more pale than usual, though you're sure he's not hungry. Leto flashes one of his friendly smiles, leans towards you and says, Julian here still thinks I'm going to bite his head off. It does not entirely believe that I want to settle this with the discussion. Showering but still listening. I don't want to discuss anything from a position of ignorance. First, Julian, you need to tell me what you're planning in full. That's fair. Why not just take what you want, Leto? You're stronger than Julian, and I want this over with. Let's wrap this shit up. I expected the Camarilla to just take what they wanted. All I know is that only Julian can get this vitae out of my veins. I don't know if that's true or not. It was a shit show. Yeah, after an attack on their base, yeah. One of these top two, I think it is like, why doesn't Leto just do what he wants? But I think I know how he'll answer that. It's because he's just fucking tired of fighting. So maybe the first one, right? What'd you fucking do to me, Julian? What is this? In the long run, the Masquerade is doomed, Julian says, speaking quickly and smoothly, as if he's recited these words many times in his head. He looks to Leto, as if expecting some immediate rebuttal, but the Eagle Prince is silent. The spread of surveillance technologies leaves Canites with two real options. First, destroy the surveillance panopticon that increasingly surrounds us. This is tantamount to destroying centuries of technological and intellectual progress. I'm not saying it's impossible, but those who advocate it need to understand the scope of the apocalypse they're calling for. It would be a year zero event. It would put humanity back to 1493. The date that the Camarilla is known to, as it is known tonight was founded. Maybe that's what we need to survive. 1493 wasn't such a bad year, right? I'm sure I'd be dead. There are limits to the crimes even kindred are willing to commit. It would be a return to our nights of glory and domination, if it were possible, of course. I mean, true, right? You mean besides the plague? Yeah, no, there was a lot wrong with 1493. Oh, my neck. Don't dangle domination in my face. I would like to keep modern medicine, please. Yeah. That was loud. Oh, rip, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe that's what we need, right? Vampires don't need modern medicine. That is true. Yeah. So maybe that is what we need. Who knows? The masters of the Camarilla have considered that solution again and again, Leto says. And rejected it, Julian says. But there's another way. The alternative is to reveal the existence of Cainites in a way that is staged, controlled, and maximized to take advantage of both the disintermediating power of the internet, interesting, and our own personal power to control minds and shape opinion. I call this alternative the 2100 program, named after the rough date I expect the program to finish. The Camarilla itself already completed the first phase in the 20th The Camarilla have already completed the first phase in the 20th century by taking a vibrant and intellectual, curious European civilization and turning it into a bunch of sullen, war-scarred navel-gazers. Thank you, Leto. Drunken history. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's quite funny. Then he throws that and I see it. See, I thought Julian's idea, when I first played this, I was already like full Julian. But when I heard Julian's idea, I thought it was so interesting. I was like, damn, this guy's actually like trying to, I don't know, think of a sci-fi future with vampires. That's kind of cool. I think you overestimate the influence of other kindred on mortal affairs. We're mostly cowards and parasites. Have other kindred considered a project of that scope? I'm impressed by the range of Julian's plan. And the second phase, get on with it, Julian, and tell me how I can profit from the scheme, even if it can never work. I feel like I should be strapped on some kind of death ray while you explain all of this, and maybe I am. Maybe you need to get out of this mess before Julian destroys me. What the fuck was that noise? It sounded like some chicken croaked. Yeah, Julian, if you side with Julian, he really gets into it. I won't kind of explain everything he had planned in case he does get into it. Why not? We'll ask him. And the second phase? Thank you for asking. I'll be brief, Julian says. The second phase requires some kind of program for predicting the behavior of people and organizations over the next century, while simultaneously guiding them. Oh, like TikTok. That sounds like two things, Leto says. Not anymore. An example. When Leto Kaminsky, private citizen, says such and such a business is in trouble, no one cares. But if you say that as Professor Kaminsky of the Santa Fe Institute or Governor Kaminsky, then the world responds. Say there's no future in U.S. manufacturing as President Kaminsky, and that could be the end. I am familiar with post-structural critiques of power and truth, Leto says.
Say something interesting, please.
The program is a person, Julian says, or more accurately, a Cainite whose baseline personality has been affected by 3 external sources: the consumption of an elder with a unique set of experiences and skills, constant low-level manipulation throughout the mental arts of another Cainite, and interface with an artificial vitae that has been modified to contain huge amounts of relevant data on human society. It's us. We are Project 2100. No, it's not just the blood we absorbed. It is us. Don't get me started on invasive TikTok practices, yeah. The program is a person. We are that person. I want that vitae out of my bloodstream. I don't want to be part of your crazy experiment, Julian. Was my consumption of Isla all a part of this mad scheme? That does not make me feel better about my crimes. I don't say anything. I think that's true. You planned all of this, didn't you? I'll be impressed if my consumption of Isla was part of Julian's plan. Maybe that one. You planned all of this, didn't you? I tried to plan, Julian says with a frustrated laugh. You will not believe how many problems I had. Your job, Ransom, your purpose, is to shape public perception for the next 3 to 5 decades, slowly revealing a larger world to humanity while keeping individual Cainites safe.
You understand that this is what my masters tried with the Second Inquisition, right? Leto says. We tried to shape them into a weapon to wield against our enemies. And then we lost control. And now they've burned through Santa Fe and Dallas and my favorite nightclub.
They both make good points. How can you stop that mess from happening again, Julian? He's got you there, Julian. The plan's gonna blow up in your face just like that. I know we're going for Leto here, but yeah, no, like I said, Julian is... I don't know. He's smart. He's got a lot of ideas going on. He's got a big plan for vampires, and it sounds like he actually does have it planned out. Oh, my fucking hair. Those events can happen anyways with the SI round hunters. Yeah, no, that is very true. What other choice do we have, Leto? Julian is right. We can't go back to the 15th century. We can't maintain the Masquerade forever. I'm still angry that Julian experimented on me. I'm going to make him pay for that, but I remain silent. Well, they both make good points. Or maybe we just go full Leto, right? Long hair is pretty but annoying. Yeah. Not evolving is only going to make it easier for enemies to learn. That is true. Unless you kill off all of civilized humanity, which might be Leto's plan. I'm not actually sure. I never got to hear what Leto's plan was. Then you have no food. The weak vampires don't. Let's go full Leto. No, let's ask Julian a little more, right? They both make good points. I can't, he says. You can. You've learned and grown more in the past few weeks than in the 2 decades since your embrace. You've noticed that, right? I like how the game kind of acknowledges how fast you're able to level up your skills and everything. That, combined with the programs I've been developing, will let you shape humanity for decades to come.
How exactly?
Prince Leto asks. Ransom's vampire mind control, man. What do you think? Julian says. I'm not inventing something fundamentally new here, Leto. I'm just using it intellectually. Can Julian teach us how to grow more brain cells? Yeah, I wish. Why not just take... Oh, can we go through more options? Sure, then let's go with the other one I was thinking of. Why not just take what you want, Leto? You're stronger than Julian. And this is the answer that I was expecting.
Because I'm tired, Ransom,
he says. And you hear the exhaustion of centuries in his voice.
More tired than I am angry. I should hate you for what you have done, and hate Julian for his mad plan to bring down the Masquerade, but right now, all I feel is loss.
So he knows. Prince Leto's gaze drifts away again. Julian licks his lips as if preparing to strike, and indeed, those moments of distraction might be the one chance he has to stop an elder from doing whatever he wants. But you understand why Leto's thoughts keep wandering. It's the beckoning. Something is calling the elders to the Middle East. It called Rearmouse. It would have called Isla, and now the Prince of Tucson can no longer ignore its call. Finally, Leto returns his attention to you and says,
Tell me, Ransom, why did you destroy Isla?
Apparently because Julian manipulated me into doing it. Yeah, let's go with the first one, right? Julian just admitted to doing that. Apparently because I was, experimented on. I was young and stupid and wanted power. It still haunts me. Let's blame Julian. Let's go full Leto. Prince Leto's icy gaze falls on Julian, but the young Assamite just meets his expression. I needed her, Vitae, it's true, Julian says. But you know the truth about Isla, don't you, Leto? You know that she was dead when we found her. Not slumbering or in torpor or destroyed or anything like that, not in any canine condition. Isla was dead, finished. Her will to live was extinguished. You don't want to believe that because you loved her, and she loved you. And shouldn't that be enough? But it wasn't. Isla had seen too much, and she was waiting to die. She didn't stop us. She could have, but she didn't. She let us kill her. By every law the Camarilla holds sacred, Leto should just rip you both apart right now. But instead, he just sighs and shakes his head. Because Julian is speaking the truth. When you found Isla, she was finished. Vampires have immortal life, but not, it seems, immortal will. Sometimes the fire just dies, and nothing can rekindle it.
Julian, the Prince of Tucson finally says, tell me about the Vitae you infected Ransom with.
I know, that is depressing as fuck. Julian shifts unhappily. I have to say, just because you're still existing doesn't mean you haven't died. Yeah. Yeah, I want to learn how to use this formula. Ooh, yes, Julian. Tell Leto about how you shot up the Viper and then poisoned me. Does he know about that? Are we just throwing Julian under the bus all the way? Or are we going to try to, like, make some middle ground here? God damn. Beam me up, Scotty. Fuck Julian, but not in the sexual way. Alright, alright. The third option? I feel like it's third or fourth. I don't know which one, though, and I can't see how to do fucking Twitch polls anymore. Ugh, my hair. Welcome to the hour of Jasper fucking with his hair. Fourth, he can reach you later. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's just throw him all the way into the bus, right? Jawline. Let's do it. It was an accident! Julian says, well, not the gunfight, but I didn't start that. Are we supposed to develop your understanding of the 2100 and we're supposed to develop your understanding of the 2100 formula together. But I knew going in that nothing was going to be predictable. I've done the best I can with a future that's coming our way, Ransom.
That's a surprisingly sophisticated view of the situation, Leto says. But there's only one real question. What will Ransom do?
He turns to face you. Julian's eyes narrow. That sounds more like a threat than a question, Prince.
You overestimate my opinion of you.
Meaning?
I've seen attacks on the Masquerade come and go, Julian, Leto says. I saw the Sabbat at the height of their power, remember? Running riot through whole cities. Embracing people in the streets, dumping them in shallow graves, and letting them run free and starving through New York and L.A. Yet the Masquerade is still intact. You'll fail, too.
I'm a little offended, Julian says. Shouldn't you at least try to kill me out of principle? You can see fear on Julian's face, but Leto's face only shows resignation.
Ransom will be best served by rejecting your foolish plan. It's true, Leto says. But you're not a threat. I apologize if my assessment gives you offense, but I'm not going to kill anyone tonight. Are you?
Julian leans back and rubs his jaw. No, he says at last.
You see, Leto says, we are civilized people here.
He tries to smile. Then his gaze drifts away again, his attention drawn by the beckoning. Julian, the stuff in my veins, how dangerous is it? They are both really good characters. I know they're like the best characters in this game. Dove is pretty good too, but we don't really get to know the rest of them very well. The next game has a lot less characters, so you get to know them a lot better. Empathy would eventually overturn over to rational detachment. This part here actually makes sense on why vampires kill their own humanity. When you live countless lifetimes, a human mind isn't something meant to exist that long. Yeah, and vampires, it's either in this game or the next game, or maybe just in Vampire the Masquerade, the book. It talks about how elders, over time, it's guaranteed that they will lose humanity, because it's like, it's just another fucking human. What, they're going to live 50, 80 years? Come on. I'm 800 years. I've seen 10 of those go by. It really doesn't matter that much. Just kill them and move on. Yeah, it's like how we view livestock, or, I don't know, rats, pet rats. As sad as that is, right? They live such short little lives, it's kind of hard to, it's so painful to get attached to them. But I guess it is more of livestock, because they eat us, they're vampires. So it would be like living on a ranch, and when you're a kid, you have so much fun naming all of the cows and playing with them, and cows are smart and emotional, so you do play with them. They learn you and everything. But there's new ones every year, and eventually your favorite ones go away, and as you get older and older, the first time you realize that you've been eating your cows, you cry yourself to sleep. But after years of doing that, I don't know, you learn to enjoy them while they're there, and then you learn to enjoy them while they're on your plate. It's kind of similar, right? This kind of thinking makes me feel very existential about my place in the universe, man. Nothing of what we actually do matters. Yeah, well, you know, to an extent. Everything matters, and yet nothing matters. Yeah, life is strange. Let's go with the first one. How dangerous is this stuff in my veins? I don't need an existential crisis at 8:30 in the morning, bruv. Sorry. Who is talking? Oh, this is Julian, it must be. This would be a good time for me to lie and say that without my help, it'll kill you. The truth is that it won't do anything to you. Isla was no Metalluza, and to linger in your veins and slowly take you over. My formula, there's all the age groups of vampires have different names. So there's the fresh bloods? What are they called? There's like the babies. And then there's neonates, which is what me and Julian are. It's like a step above the youngest of the young vampires. I don't think fresh blood is the right name. Anyways, yeah, the fresh ones. I have to look that up. That's bugging me. Anyways, the neonates, then there's elders, which is what Leto is, and then there's Metalluzas, which is old fucking vampires, like Count Dracula himself. And then above that, I think it gets into some of the first vampires, maybe, or like the ancient elders, the ones that people aren't sure if they actually existed or not. Fledgling, yeah, that's it, thank you. There might even be something below fledgling. I'm not sure. Because there is part of what is interesting about Vampire the Masquerade is that it's supposed to be in the modern day, like taking place right now, and tracks history as it goes. So, the equivalent of Critical Role, World of Darkness is the game maker. What's the, LA by Night? I can't remember who does that. Is that World of Darkness official? Anyways, it's like the Vampire the Masquerade equivalent for Critical Role, or the Critical Role equivalent for Vampire the Masquerade. And they did a big series called LA by Night. But part of the whole thing there was focusing on all the new vampires, because it's like 13th generation vampires or something. Anyways, they're so far away from the original vampires that their blood, the vampire blood in them, is so weak that they're not actually like really part of a clan. They can sustain sunlight for brief minutes. Weird things like that. Do a sassy hair flipping. Thin bloods. Yes, that's the term that I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, the thin bloods, where they don't really have a clan. They're like shitty vampires. I don't think they can use vampire. They have like limited vampire powers. They can't use great ones. Like they can't use the main vampire powers. But they're also so close to being human that it's almost just like a nocturnal human that can live forever. And in a way, the vampires view that as more dangerous because there's so many of them as well. And so I think LA by Night, I haven't watched it all, but from what I understand is that it focuses a lot on kind of that rising issue in the vampire world. My formula is no Tremere grand ritual that can burn hundreds of people to ash in a single night. It's a new facet of your existence, but not a deadly one. You dimly hear a truck rumble past outside. Riga calls from the roof. Everyone's eyes turn to you. I want to position the Camarilla. Leto's right, Julian. Your plans can't succeed, and I don't want the stuff in my veins. Ooh! I'm keeping it in my veins. Ooh, oh dear, oh dear. I want to position the Camarilla. This is helping Leto and screwing over Julian, because this is all of his work right here. If we choose this, I have a feeling he will come and attack us, and I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like, but I'm also a little scared. Why not? Right? We got Leto all the way. We should be fine, I think. I want a position in the Camarilla. Leto's right, Julian. Your plan can't succeed. I'm keeping the shit in my veins, though. Do you really think the Ivory Tower is going to let you live, Ransom? Julian says. After what you've done to them? They let you drive off a cliff the moment it protects their they will let you drive off a cliff the moment it protects their interests. I'm the one thinking about our long-term survival. I've made my decision, Julian. I will join the Camarilla. And keep the formula in my veins. Fuck 'em. I thought LA by Night was like, wasn't a campaign that people streamed? It's now canon. It was a campaign that people streamed. But it's like the group that did it is basically Critical Role, but for Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know if it's considered canon or not now. They're doing a new series, that same, well, not quite the same group, the same DM. Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Yeah, it's basically, it's the equivalent of Critical Role with Matt Mercer and everybody, but just for Vampire the Masquerade. So it's that, within Vampire the Masquerade, it's that popular, but obviously Vampire the Masquerade is not as popular as D&D, so neither is the stream. Yeah, like Critical Role has been technically accepted into D&D. Yeah, basically. So I don't know how much of it is canon. But yeah. You just remember the one hot, creepy guy. Oh, you mean the one that named his character Jasper? Jasper the Nosferatu. I wouldn't want to be a Nosferatu if I was a vampire. Otherwise, I would have to take on the name Igor and only talk like this, because that's what I would look like. I've never actually watched it, but now I need to. Yeah, I know. I like to think that I would be a Toreador, or I really don't know. Probably a fucking Toreador. And put my head between my shoulders. Master. Creepy in a good way. No, he was. I mean, he's... The guy that did that is actually a very famous monster actor. Anytime you see some weird, creepy fucking monster, he's probably the guy that plays it. I can't remember his name, but he, like, in Pan's Labyrinth, he was this monster, if you know that one. I think he was also in Legion. Yeah, that fucking thing. Exactly. That's all I had to do. You guys, everybody knows what that monster is. But he was the actor that played him. So he plays a Nosferatu in LA by Night. Ape in Hellboy. Was he? I thought he was the blue guy. Oh, the pale man. Yeah. Yeah, he's in everything. He's very good. So it makes sense that he plays a Nosferatu in the guy who works with Del Toro. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming so if it was in Pan's Labyrinth. And I think some of the others are probably, at this point, they're probably like all actors and everything. The same way Critical Role is all voice actors. Did he also plan Pan? Did he? I don't know. Not actually sure. But so he played a Nosferatu in the original campaign, and now in the second one, he's playing a Tsimisi. I think I said that right. God, it's such a hard name to pronounce. Which are equally as strange and scary in terms of vampires. But Jasper, don't Nosferatu intentionally pick pretty people to turn. Yeah, typically Nosferatus embrace people as sort of a revenge in a way. There's usually not a great relationship between sire and child in the Nosferatus, because the curse, the bane of the Nosferatus is that, I mean, you are an ugly motherfucker. And your transformation is probably the greatest pain you will ever imagine. Most vampires will transform in, like, over the course of a day or something, or 2 days, or a little bit. But Nosferatus, after they are bit and drained dry and then fed blood, curl up and have 2 weeks of, I don't know, pinhead torture. Like, as their body reshapes and breaks itself apart. It's fucking miserable. And in the end, you look like Igor. You look like some actual goblin and can never show your face to a human again. So, yeah, you're usually a little upset when you found out who turned you into one of those things, because it's not very pleasant. I'm assuming some of them, like, get back in with their sire, because they need to learn how to be a vampire, but at the beginning, it's usually rough. There's so much cool lore in Vampire the Masquerade. Like, because Nosferatus are such an eyesore, they actually, in the early days of the internet, developed a dark web website to all connect and like meet up and talk to each other, almost like a Nosferatu Tinder, and it got caught by the Second Inquisition. And it's like the biggest Masquerade breach there ever was, and it's kind of what started the whole thing of like, vampires cannot fucking use computers and we will kill you if we catch you doing so. You'd be mad as hell if you lost your pretty. Yeah. Hope a Toreador catches you first. Toreadors are goofy in their own way. Alexander Ward. Yes. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy from LA by Night. He plays... I'm pretty sure his character is Jasper the Nosferatu. But yeah, that's the panhand guy. I think I read the Nosferatu have this weird community thing going on. That's what I kind of just what I talked about. They're pretty good. Oh, like even still, they're bitter against pretty people. I'm sure they are. Anyways, I've made my decision. Fuck you, Julian. They also help each other. Yeah, Nosferatus tend to like build little underground communities even without the internet. You'll get to see that a little bit in the next game. There's kind of a Nosferatu elder who has a whole... He lives in the sewers, of course, but he has like the entire sewer system is like a series of spy networks of little Nosferatus that he's taken under his wing. God, I almost had the same type. That is very funny. Doug Jones. I don't think I know Doug. That name's actually very familiar as well. Maybe I do know Doug Jones. Like a big sub vibe. From Alexander Ward? Really? He's very cool to follow on Twitter. Actually, to be honest, most of like the official Vampire the Masquerade cast and advocates are all very cool people. Doug Jones. I'm sure I do know Doug Jones. Fucking thief, Julian mutters. But the decision has been made, Prince Leto says, daring the Banu Hakim to challenge it. I'm a man of my word, Leto, Julian says as he packs up his equipment, just like you. And I'm not any braver than you. This isn't worth dying for. But when the world changes in ways you don't understand, one of you had better call me. He's actually to consider I just ruined what has probably been 50 years of research and progress for him. Ransom, good luck mastering the formula without my help. He's being like very reasonable about it. God, some of these, I don't know. Maybe we could just clasp his hand, right? Baba Yaga was a vampire, 4th generation. Nosferatu, really interesting. I guess I could see that. That makes sense. They try to turn all of the old witches of history into vampires. I'm torn between the first one and the last one, yeah. The middle two are kind of unnecessarily mean. I stand up and clasp Julian's hand. It hasn't always been good, but I'm glad things can end well between us. I don't think this is ending well. Why not? In case of the last one, we'll go for it. If the Masquerade ever comes down for real, we'll need your help and fast.
I hate to say it, Leto says, but I, too, have doubts about the first tradition. I do not want to see you in Tucson again, Julian. But Ransom has a point.
So, we give you nothing, but we might want something back, Julian says. I love the ivory tower. That is when the explosion goes off, blasting you off your feet. How's our relationships? Terrible. Excellent. Oh, well, sorry, Julian. let's go make sure Ellen is okay, right? But also, I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom. So, give me like 2 seconds, and then we'll figure out what this explosion was. Hey, the fucking clip thing's working again. That's awesome.
Gonna make that money, honey. Nice cake.
Hello, I'm back. I did cosplay as Itachi for a little bit. I guess my hair's longer now than when I did it before. You better be dressing up for Halloween this year. Do I not dress up enough every time? I was actually tempted to do I don't know, like either corpse paint or skeletal face painty stuff. Cause Halloween falls on a Tuesday. I think. From what I remember. I thought it was like a day that I'll actually be able to stream for quite a while. October 31st. Yes, Tuesday. So I don't usually stream on the Tuesdays, but I could probably play a terrifying game. I will. Where are the fangs at? I haven't been able to find them. I don't know if I brought them or not. I know I could have sworn I did because they're small enough. It should not have been that hard to pack them. But I'm almost positive I've gone through everything that I've brought, so I have a feeling that, I don't know, maybe they got lost in the move somewhere. Get new ones? Yeah, they really weren't expensive, so I could get new ones. Yeah, it is very easy to order another set. Yeah, they're like $20, maybe? They're too big, yeah. Scarecrow fangs. I think that is the same. I think that's the same brand that I had before. Yeah. You can make your own though, so they fit your mouth better. I think the Scarecrow ones you can like file down and everything to kind of reshape them for how you want. I don't know. The ones that I got were pretty spot on. The only thing that spooked me is that when I first put them in, I had a real hard time getting them back out. And I was like, that's it. It's fucking stuck in my mouth. And I had to actually like apply a concerning amount of force to get it off my tooth. You could also dress up in Nightwing. Hey, welcome back, Sonya. Why must you do that to me? Oh dear. Being bitten by realty, that's funny. It's gonna have to be a vampire for realsies. Plastic feels plastic. Yeah, I can picture that. Yes, let's go save Elena. You dart past Prince Leto to the partially open door and quickly spot Ellen and her Dotson. She's fine. But a building nearby isn't. One corner of an apartment complex a few blocks away is a crater, and a SWAT team is already on site. Obedient little morons, Leto says. What the fuck was that? Julian cries, still nothing but a gray blur under the table. The Camaro's driver, Z, is aiming a personal defense weapon at Leto, who doesn't seem to care. Leto. Hellfire missile fired by a Predator drone, Leto says, about the block away where the Inquisition thought we were. They'll be swarming that building now. I see a mix of FBI, infiltrated 111th Military Intelligence Brigade, and local hunters. No shit. I've been dealing with hunters for a long time, Julian, the Prince of Tucson tells the son of Hakim. But you haven't. This is where we say goodbye, Asimite. I want you out of Tucson before I cleanse this city for the final time. We benefited just as much.
America is becoming the world I remember,
the Prince of Tucson says, his hair red gold in the distant flames of the burning building.
the world I grew up in. No laws or accountability, just fear and ignorance, and sudden spasms of violence. I think I'm a monster, Ransom, because I find it exciting. We can't linger here anymore. We'll split up. Meet me at 300 East 16th Street. Take at least an hour to shake any tails. Once we're there, we're getting rid of the SI in this town for good.
Gonna go die now. The drive is less than 10 minutes, but you know how important it is. How important it will be to shake any tails. This is interesting. This, I think from here on out is going to be a bit of the game that I haven't seen before, because when I left that meeting last time I played, I left with Julian. Oh, we might have to finish this up on Monday because I want to stop soon. But I also think we're getting close to hanky-panky time with Daddy Leto, and I can't miss that. So we're going to keep going. You turn your back onto Speedway Boulevard and watch the apartment building as it burns. Then take a left and accelerate smoothly up North Stone Avenue. Push! You don't see any of those Buick Avenires, but you know you're being followed by multiple hunters. They're all over the city now. I can try to finish, but it's going to be like an hour, and maybe 2 hours. I kind of want to record at least some of what I wrote today. They're all over the city now. Semi-independent vampire hunters. Killers. Drawn in by the SI attacks on high-profile targets. And you know what you need to do. Lure them in, then leave them in the dust so they can't follow you to the meeting site. Wait, there's one. Volvo, you've seen it before. A hunter, not SI affiliated, but still dangerous. You need to shake that tail before you do anything else. He's a few cars back as you wait at a spotlight. Not quite willing to commit to an attack right out in the open, but if he joins up with the official SI hunters, it's going to be a problem. Can finish in a few ways, hopefully. Looking to leave town. Plus, I don't want to miss work. Carry you. You should do not watch my stream instead of going to work. That's not good. I'm nimble enough to outdrive that Volvo in traffic. Dex plus drive. You know what? We did level up our Dex. It's not great, but our drive is max, so we might be able to try that. Why not? We just got it, right? Resolve plus drive. I don't think we have any resolve. Let's try Dex and drive. The Volvo starts creeping up behind you, looking for an opportunity to strike. That's when you blow an illegal U-turn and race into traffic going the other direction. He follows, but you zip around a slow-moving semi and then dart between two minivans. PTO a few days ago. The Volvo races around the semi, then smacks right into one of the minivans. It's an underdramatic, low-speed collision. A little thwack behind you, but it's enough. You're gone. You doubt you'll see that the Volvo again tonight. Is that all of them? You think you're done, but then you spot a black Camaro. The blank, helmeted head turns back and forth, scanning for you. I use my leadership skills to get Ellen to lead Z. Oh, it's one of Julian's guys. Fuck. To lead Z away. Charisma plus leadership. Those are good stats, right? Charisma? Leadership should be maxed out. Yes. Why not? Elena? Please do it. Please do well. I hope. You pull up next to Elena and explain what you need. She nods, explains her plan to you, and takes off north while you head south. You're surprised when Elena's Datsun rolls up to you less than 15 minutes later. Cops got him, Elena says. Sometimes it helps to be blonde and look scared. Cops will be going through this shit for the rest of the night. You drive through town, eyes peeled. For a few minutes you think you're clear, but then you spot a Jeep Wrangler as you weave through all traffic. Floodlights. Winch. Bullet holes. Another hunter. A lot of these are resolve, which we have none of. I guess we need to... we cannot do any of these other ones. We need to use our presence. That's maxed out, though, so that should be good. You get the Jeep to follow you, and when we do have only one tick of hunger now, yes, because we drain someone dry. Oof, sometimes it helps to be a killer. Yikes. Ellen and I have the same kind of mind. You get the Jeep to follow you towards one of the bridges of the Santa Cruz River. You have one in mind that's always in state of dire disrepair. When he follows you, you accelerate until he's alongside you, then turn hard. He flinches first and turns, hitting the barrier just where you wanted him to. The Jeep flies right off the bridge in a tangle of metal and concrete and hits the ground 30 or 40 feet below and causes a hideous crunch. It's not exactly what it says, but same thing. No water in the Santa Cruz tonight, sounds like. You drive around for a few more minutes, but the hunters have all moved on. The streets are quiet. You're feeling confident until you realize they're converging on the Viper. I head for the address tonight. I head for the address Leto gave me. I really have a chance to join the Ivory Tower. Why not? Why not? We go for the address. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, it's happening. It's happening. Daddy Leto hour. Here we go. You drive past the address twice, just to make sure you're not being tailed. Riga circles over the unglamorous cement building at the end of the gated street. It looks like an old factory across from some kind of hangar. It's happening! Oh my god, it's happening! It's everyone stay calm! Yeah, that scene from The Office. The third time you pass, the garage door opens, and Carlos signals for you to get inside. You park beside Leto's Sirena, but you don't have time to examine the other, mostly very nice automobiles. Carlos opens a door, and you step into a sumptuously appointed salon decorated in Second Empire style. What does that even mean? Interesting. Kind of what I would picture, honestly. Something like that. Must mean like British Empire. The walls are blood red, the furniture black or brown, and trimmed in brass. Leto and Dove are there, along with their retainers, Bridget and the old prince's other childer, and a few other kindred you've seen before on the rooftop of Elysium of the Viper. Stay fucking calm. Dove steps out of the adjoining garage and freezes when she sees you. Her pale eyes go from Leto to you. Then she fades into the shadows. What's going on? I think it's because we accidentally made a romance with Dove just by being nice to her. Sorry. Hey, welcome, Mandy. Thank you very much. Rococo. Huh? Oh, Baroque, or a bit Rococo. Oh, interesting. I don't know architecture very well, or interior design architecture. Paternoster from St. Basil's Hospital is on a couch beside... This is so cool! We get to see all the old characters that we interacted with! I didn't get this with Julian, I just got Julian. Paternoster from St. Basil's Hospital is on a couch beside some of his ragged coterie. Olivia Olive Crona has sent some of her people, sullen-looking retainers, in ICE and FBI jackets. They're not that tough, but they're ideal for disrupting SI operations. Alexander is present, although he's in a wheelchair. The old ghoul will heal eventually, but it might take him many nights. It's more like the ballroom from Beauty and the Beast. Interesting. When you arrive, Prince Leto crosses to stand behind a small, elegant desk and says,
"Tonight, we hurt the Second Inquisition so badly that they leave Arizona for good. Tomorrow, we begin the reconquest of Santa Fe and Albuquerque, and the rebuilding of Dallas, El Paso, and Phoenix."
But how? You outsmarted them once, but they've infiltrated the entire... I'm not going to say this first one. Maybe we should focus on surviving before we reconquer. Leto's got something planned, and he's tougher than I am. I'm going to trust him. You outsmarted them once, but they've infiltrated the whole U.S. government. Oh, no, all right. I stay silent. Prince Leto's building up a big speech, and I should let him have it. You can have whatever you want, Prince Leto.
We've already been able to use the data ransom the Espin provided us.
Oh, so all these people are listening. He's not just saying this to jest me.
Provided us to make the SI commit a serious blunder. As of 1 hour ago, a half hour following the unauthorized drone attack on Tucson apartment building, Agent Donati has been suspended from active duty.
The crowd cheers, but Leto holds up a hand. Silence falls instantly. Wink, wank. The highest of ass kissing.
She doesn't care, and neither does the SI. They're operating without formal authority from the FBI or Pentagon, determined to crush us the way they crushed Flagstaff.
Damn, they're kind of going a little rogue nation there.
The information we gained from Jasper Knowles' data cache has revealed all kinds of interesting information, including, for the first time, a complete map of the shadow rooms that Jasper Knowles wove throughout the Viper with his sorcery. We, discovered some of them when we blundered into Julian Sims' operation, but we did not previously understand how extensive they were. The sorcery that sustains them appears to be failing, but Jasper can serve our needs one last time.
I can I? For my own alphabet. He probably sees that as a way for people trying to get past. Using that as like an alternate for the letter A. The prince unfurls maps of the Viper. Elena studies it, taking in the strange gray lines of sorcerously veiled rooms and passages. Are we going to unmake the SI with sorcery? How exciting. Why not?
Alas, no. I'm no sorcerer, and after Jasper was destroyed, no warlocks have come to my court. I have a simpler plan. It was a crueler age when I was born, Leto says. As a youth, I liked to watch dogs fight bears. I remember one such entertainment. 5 dogs against a single colossal bear. The beast should have won handedly, but the one dog eluded him by crawling into a corner. The bear kept trying to reach that dog, even as the others tore his guts out.
Your Lobo's tail wags in excitement. Look at that, just little shit like that. We're missing this whole game. I can't believe it. Oh well.
The SI is that bear. When they see a target, they attack, and they don't stop or think.
He taps the map of the Viper.
How many biting dogs could we fit in these invisible chambers?
I feel like the more I voice Leto, the more and more and more I slip into like some bad accent. I hope it's not that bad. Because when I first was voicing him, I only used the accent on like certain words, and now it's like every fucking word. No, I don't. You sure? Okay. He glances up at the kindred with him.
More than enough. We just need one dog that knows how to hide.
Leto's eyes turn to you. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh boy. The Viper's held up by the SI right now. How can we get in? Wait. What happened to that dog? I'm not sure I want to be that dog. Right, I'm interesting. Alright, I'm interested. Though I'm going to be the dog that bites back. Oh, let's do this last one. I'm listening. If this gets me a position of respect in the Camarilla and keeps the organization intact, it's my best bet. That's true. Where's our doggo? Yeah, it's with us. I know, it's kind of cool.
Good, Leto says. Here is the path you will take inside. He traces it with a finger. You'll end up on the roof, hidden from view, and that will give our people time to move into place. He points out several side entrances that they could take, which will allow them to move through the shadowed rooms. You can see how it works. The SI chases you, gets pinned in the stairwell outside the glass box above the dance floor. Then the Kindred hit them from every direction at once. Even if Leto's people are outnumbered, it'll be a massacre. And from the faces around you, it looks like you don't have much of a choice anymore. Elena lowers her shades. The look tells you all you need to know about how much she trusts Leto's plan. Does that mean she doesn't like it? I think she's worried. I think she's a little scared, right? I can't. That look doesn't tell me anything. Elena, what's going on? Is that the do or die look, or is that the, well, we're already dead? I misspelled words in my own language. Oh no. Everyone breaks up into small groups to get ready. Oh, I see the option. We'll do this, and then I'll probably stop. Everyone breaks up into small groups to get ready. You head out in waves, scatter around the city, and then move at predesignated times. You check your silver pocket watch. The watch says it's 3:45 a.m. Oh, bye, Mandy. What an interesting time you chose to come to Tucson, Leto says.
He's looking east again. Oh no, Wyvern,
It's happening right now.
I want to spend some time alone with Dove, so we could bang Dove. Or I want to spend some time alone with Leto. I lead him away from the others and kiss him. Thank you for placing your trust in me. Is this as bad? That's the only option. Doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Welcome to the fuck zone. As you step towards Leto, the garage door bangs and your thoughts turn to Dove. What about her? No. Oh, really? It's making me pick one or the other. That's so shitty. I didn't even mean to romance Dove. I'm sorry you're getting your feelings hurt, but I didn't know this was happening. I'm worried Leto is slipping away, compelled by the beckoning. I focus on him. This seems like a whim, an indulgence, but how else are you expected to spend eternity? You catch Leto's eye. He wanders into a narrow hallway, and you follow. The moment you're out of sight of the others, he takes you into another one of his invincible embraces and kisses you. Then he pulls away and studies your face. At first, you can't tell who he's seeing, you or Isla or maybe some forgotten memory from centuries ago. But then you're sure he's seeing you. One final kiss, then we get ready. I smile. We should get back to the others. It's kind of nice that it gives you an option to back out, right? Yes means yes. But I need him. All of him. Oh, big tangle in my hair. Ouch, that hurt. We find a bedroom in which we share our blood.
This is, of course, irresponsible of us,
Leto says as he tears your clothes off in the guest bedroom.
Oh, we have work to do, and we should.
You silence him with your lips, then drag him down onto the bed. You don't have much time, and you both know it. Nothing tonight will be as tender as you might want it. Leto cries out as your fangs find his wrist. Then he bends you backwards and slides his fangs into your throat. His body is hot tonight, flush with blood, and his strength is irresistible. Blood pounds in your ears as your bodies tangle and your vitae mingles. You reluctantly disentangle yourself from Leto's arms. That was wonderful, but too brief. And it was dangerous. You're lucky you didn't lose control, or that he didn't just casually drain you dry. You didn't understand the extent of his strength until now. You sit there, a little dazed as you realize how close you just came to extinction. Yeah, the scene with Julian was a bit longer. And he kisses you one last time, leaving a carmine smear. Then he heads back to speak with the others. Oh, it's very short. Damn, very short and very sad. Oh well, we got it. Shay not found. Wyvern has crashed. Yeah, we got it. We got it. I know that was... I think the Julian one was short too. It's not a... I don't know. It's not a smutty game. It's still YouTube and Twitch safe. So it can't really get too into it, but the one with Julian was a little longer. Oh well. Makes sense. Leto's dangerous. Round 2, please. Then he heads back to speak with the others. You get dressed in silence, the warm glow of mingled blood transforming slowly back into fear as you consider what is to come tonight. Oh, that gave us a second hunger. That sucks. But there's no getting around it. Only going through. When you return to the salon, only Leto and a single retainer are left. He seems to want to say something about what just happened, but even in the presence of a single ghoul means that Leto is the Eagle Prince of Tucson. His expression is cool and unreadable.
You will be pursued on the way to the Viper, of course, he says. That's good. Let them in, get inside, and move as I told you. And move as I told you to move.
When the retainer heads for the garage, Leto crosses the distance between you in a flash.
And be careful, Ransom,
he whispers. He touches your hip for a second, as if to pull you close. But then you realize he's just confirming that the time on your watch is correct. Nonetheless, his touch lingers. When the last retainer opens the garage door, Leto follows him outside. I forgot that last section took so long, but there's only like one last section to go through. It might be a little long. It might be like a 3-hour stream instead of 2. But it'll be good. And then we'll be on to Parliament of Knives, which I think is a better game. It makes scene... Oh, where's the fucking chat? Bring that shit up. There we go. Makes sense that his scene is shorter than Julian's when you're elder. Higher risk. Yeah, exactly. No, and it kind of mentions that, is that he's so strong. He was... I don't know, it's kind of like banging Superman or something. I don't know. Like, he's so strong he could easily, very easily accidentally kill you if he lets himself go, even in the slightest. So he probably spent more of the time focusing on leaving us alive than being in the moment. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? We did leave feeling drained and like shit. He took so much blood from us, he knocked our hunger up 1 level. Anyways, thank you guys. I will see you later, but bye-bye for now.